How's it going, everybody? Mike Gonzalez here. So I want to talk about Rocket Mortgage's closing. So I want to cover a little bit about the details of that. But I think more importantly, I just want to talk about what that kind of means for the overall real estate industry, for lenders, for title companies, more importantly for realtors. And my goal here is really just to share a little bit of insight, some wisdom, hopefully, help you build some wealth over time here. So, but first, let's talk about Rocket Mortgage. So, Rocket Mortgage, they're shutting down now. They're not, there's a lot of, or there's a few YouTubers out there saying that all of Rocket Mortgage is closing down. That's not true. What they're doing is they're closing one of their origination channels. I think this was called, yeah, it's Rocket Pro Originate. And they had done like a big deal. I don't think it's that old, but they had done a big deal with like State Farm. And it was really for, it says right here, it was for real estate agents, insurance agents, financial planners. And it was really a way for them to submit or originate loans. And I'm going to talk a little bit about why. I mean, that was a really tough um, proposition from the very beginning. But, Rocket Mortgage is not a small company. And for me, I see this. Obviously, they're seeing what's coming down the pipeline. They're cutting costs. They're if it's not producing, let's get rid of it. But it's not a small company. In fact, let's see exactly how big they are. Um, Here you go. So Rocket Mortgage. This is in 2022. They originated almost 500,000 loans. They're the biggest. United Shore Financials, that's UWM. So as you can see, they're a pretty big player. So they know what they're doing. But let's look at here's some of the things I thought was interesting is they talked about how they're shutting that down, and to me it's kind of crazy because they reached out to realtors and said, hey, and all these other financial professionals, and they pretty much told them, hey, how would you like to make some extra money? You're already doing everything on the front end to get the client. How would you like to also be able to make a little bit on the loan origination also? So they had all these folks go out and get their lender license. Take all the classes, do the exam, pass the exam, and do everything. And now essentially what they're saying, all right, well, hey, we tried it. We're gonna close it down. And they even said we're not going to revoke your license. We're just not going to sponsor it anymore. It's a really nice way of saying, hey, look, we wish you the best. We know we had you jump through all these hoops to get the license, but go ahead and go on with your life. And the one thing that I thought, and I'll talk about it more in a little bit, but they're talking about how they're going to use more AI. They're going to use more AI, and they're going to do that. And also, they said they want to focus more on brokers, on their partnerships with real estate brokers and doing the whole correspondent lending. So I think that's pretty big. Again, not a small company. Here's their income statement for 2023, as you can see right here. Let's see how much revenue they made. So in 2023, here you go. Total revenue, 3.8 billion dollars. So that's a good chunk of revenue. But as everyone knows, it's not what you make, it's what you keep, right? I always love saying that. So let's see how much they actually kept. Net income, they actually had a loss. They actually had a loss of $390 million. And this is for 2023. So think about it. A company as big as Rocket, as much resources as they have. Um, Here, let me share that inside real quick so you can see it right here. So again, 2023, their income, total revenue, 3.8 million. But it's again not what you make; it's what you keep. So their net income was actually 390 million lost. 2023. So at a time where they're still able to make money, that's a lot of revenue coming in. So obviously, if you make 3.8 billion in revenue and you have a 390 million dollar loss, you're gonna have to make cuts, right? You've grown too big. I think a lot of people did that. The last 3, 4, 5 years in real estate, in mortgage, was just nonstop growth.